welcome to a new video. I'm Jay from Sprite.co.uk, and recently I've been working with a company called LevelHike. Now these guys have provided me with some review units, which have been so kind of them, and today's episode I'll be focusing on the N64. Now my previous video I did focus on the Super Nintendo. Now this connector, if you purchase this, does work on all three units, the Super Nintendo, the N64 and the GameCube. In today's video I'm just going to be focused on the video and audio output quality that you can get with the same cable for the N64.
No, let's give it an open. So nice. This is the converter box, I believe. So this connector can be used on the Super Nintendo, an N64 and a GameCube. Testing this out on all those three consoles. And if you see here, you got another 4x3 by 16x9 switch. So it's got your HDMI connector, which is brilliant because there's not an all built-in one cable. So you can use your fancy upscaler HDMI cables and things like that, which is pretty sweet. And what else we got in the bag? It's got a good quality micro USB, and it comes with a HDMI cable as well. Pretty sweet. Yeah, pretty standard HDMI cable. With a decent length, I would say, and I'll capture some footage and show you guys. So here's some captured footage of the classic Goldeneye, which I'm sure many of you N64 fans would have heard about this one. For me, the N64 is a very hard system to get a decent looking video output. In the game settings of Goldeneye, it does give the options of setting it to full, wide or cinema mode. Here is some gameplay set to full. Now for most of the titles for the N64, they do only output a 240p signal. And 240p is the same resolution as the previous generation consoles, so it doesn't lack with that settings. The console itself can only output a composite video quality output, which means you cannot use S-Video or RGB SCART cables for the N64. The RGB SCART has the best analog signal quality output, which previous generations consoles could use and later, so this is really capping the quality that you can get out of the N64. This console I'm using myself has been modded with an RGB output because it's a Japanese console and the PAL consoles cannot be modded to use RGB signal out. Now the 16x9 switch, which you can find on the box, worked really great with this game. It will stretch the game image to fill your entire screen with a widescreen ratio. So here what it looks like with the stretched image with the switch to 16x9, and here it is again switched back to 4x3. So let's keep it by 16x9 switched on, and within the game settings it actually enables you to change the ratio of the game itself, enabling the game image to fit properly with this ratio and to look pretty smart on your TV. As much as I would like this game to look great on the HD TV, the console video output does hold it back. But when you compare it to the original composite cable, the image is a lot better using this HDMI with 720p upscale output. So I did try and capture some footage using the original composite cables, the yellow, red and white ones that you used to use as standard back in the day. But yeah, as you can see, I did run into a couple of problems as I was only picking up a black and white image, which apparently a fair few people have run into the same problem whilst connecting these original cables to your HD TVs. I did try and connect the yellow connectors to the back of the TV with the component inputs, plugging in the yellow to the green, and then I tried again at the side of the TV using the AV connector with the yellow to the yellow connector, and I ran into the same problems with the black and white. And I also did the same with my capture device and I had no joy. But then I used the same cable with my GameCube and I had no problems at all. So I'm pretty bummed out that I couldn't show you guys a comparison using the LevelHike HDMI cable next to the original composite cable. So I only can apologise for not showing that to you. Now thanks to the RAM upgrade expansion pack, some games like Perfect Dark does have a higher resolution output with 480i, making games look even better. So this game actually does look pretty great.
Last night we got a call from Cassandra DeVries.
But man, I forgot how bad the FPS was in this game. But with the competitive versus mode, it does run a lot smoother. For the audio quality, I couldn't find any problems, it just sounds just as good. As this cable is compatible with even more Nintendo systems like the SNES and the GameCube, and with this great price, I would recommend this cable. But don't expect too much of an enhancement, as it's upscaling the 240p signal for most of the games, or even its interlaced 480i signal. But for a great HDMI converter with the advantage of the upscaling to 720p, the advantage of adding more devices like the M Classic, I would recommend the pickup. Now let's make this game look even more better. Let's head to the game menu and enable high res mode and 16:9, and lastly let's flick that switch on the box to 16:9. Now this game is looking really good. For my last example, let's fire up another classic to the system. This game does not feature options like high res mode or widescreen, but when this game is kept by 4:3, this cable does upscale the image to 720p and the game does really shine. Well, thanks for watching guys. If you'd like to get your hands on one of these cables, there will be some units coming in very soon. And thanks again for LevelHike for its great communication. For further information, I will provide you with links below. So if you like this video, hit that button. If you'd like to help and support this channel, click subscribe, leave your comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.